Hey guys, my name is Morgan and welcome to today's video. I'm back at the seedling table again. I seem to start a lot of my videos at the seedling table, which is really amazing because everything starts here for the garden as well regarding all the seedlings. But today I need to do a little bit of transplanting. Some of these lettuce seedlings have been burnt by the heat wave that we had a couple days ago, and some of them are also going a little bit yellow, and I want to get them out and in the garden as soon as possible before any of them start getting any worse. Now, one thing I'd like to say before we get into today's video, some of the lettuce plants, because they're going yellow, I'd like to explain maybe the reason why they're doing that, in my opinion. These lettuce seedlings have been growing for a decent amount of time. I think it's maybe 4 or 5 weeks now, and they've been growing pretty slow and they've been growing nice and steady, and all of a sudden they've started going yellow. And I think that's because they have reached the vegetative stage of their life. They're no longer in the germination, they're no longer little seedlings, they're turning into plants, which means that the amount of fertilizer I'm giving them needs to increase because they need more fertilizer, more food, more water, and a little bit more care maybe as well, because they're getting a little bit bigger, they're needing more. And that's what I'm going to try and give them today by planting them out in the garden and giving them as much space and as much food with the compost as they want. So let's get straight into it. So obviously I'm going to go through all of these trays and only plant the best ones. So these ones that are burnt here in the front and some of them that are a little bit too yellow for my liking, I'm just going to leave those, probably put that on the compost pile. But I am going to be planting out the best of the best out of these trays. But before we get to transplanting these seedlings, let me show you guys where I'm going to be planting them, and I actually have a little bit of work to do at that patch as well. So some of the lettuce seedlings are going to be going in this bed, and I'm going to plant a row in between these tomato plants. And the goal is going to be for the tomatoes to shade out the lettuce a little bit, but also not too much that the lettuce becomes leggy. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of pruning around the tomatoes. So I'm going to try and make a little bit of a companion planting with the lettuce and the tomatoes. So we'll see how that goes. But before I transplant them, I need to fix this. Last night we had a little bit of rain, and I can still see there's a lot of water on this plant, and it obviously got a little bit heavy, and it's now leaning over. And the trellising that I do have here is just a Florida weave. I'll show you guys exactly how this works in a second. And I clearly need to add a little bit more because it's just holding the base, and I need to hold a little bit higher up as well. So the Florida weave method is basically what it says. It's weaving a simple twine in between your plants. So what I'm going to do is start off on this side, and I'm literally just going to tie a simple knot. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, it just needs to hold nice and firm on this side like that. Then what you do is you can either start this way or that way and do the opposite for the next plant. So I'm going to start back here, then I'm going to come in front, then I'm going to go behind this one, and I'm going to keep weaving it around each plant. So here, where these plants are a little bit smaller, I'll show you guys. Here you can see it's going behind. So now with this one, I'm gonna come in front, and then with this one, I'll go behind and in front and behind, and so on and so forth. So now that I've gone all the way on the one side, what I need to do now is carry on and do the opposite on the way back. So this one, you can see I went in front, so now I'm going to go behind, and you can see there that the twine is holding the tomato plant upright. And now that we've reached the end, all I'm going to do is grab a piece over here and then tie it off this side, making sure that it is nice and tight. So now, because these ones are a little bit bigger, I did add a third string going around, and it's not reaching those ones. These tomato plants are still a little bit too small, but for these ones especially, I just added another string, and then when those ones get big, I can just weave them through and they'll be perfectly fine. But what I also want to show you is if I shake the string here, or if I shake the string here, you can see that everything is one wall. Everything is now nice and firm and tied up and not flopping anywhere. Each plant is helping another plant stay upright because of the string that is all connected to each plant. That's so cool. One thing to remember when you are done trellising, make sure that you go around and just pull out any of these leaves that seem to be getting caught, because that's not what we want to be holding. We want to be holding the main stem over there. So we don't want any of these leaves getting caught. Alright, let's get to planting some seedlings. While I'm busy planting out these lettuce seedlings, I just wanted to say that if you want to get your seedlings looking this good and having a root system that strong, I would highly recommend that you check out Organigrow. Organigrow is an organic fertilizer that comes in a liquid form or a granular form, and it is made from the insect frass of over 10 insect species. It's really incredible. I've used it to grow all of my seedlings and I can definitely see a huge difference. I love them. They're doing a really good job. I'd really recommend that you check them out. You can click the link in the video description. And I'm also going to be doing the same thing with this bed, just going in between all of the tomato plants and placing a seedling wherever there's a space. And I'm going to try and space them at least maybe 15 to 20 centimeters apart. Luckily I have another tray, because that's all of the seedlings from the first tray. I'm not 100% sure how many there are. I'll do a count and I'll put it up on the screen, but there's definitely over 100, I'm sure, everything all together. So yeah, that's some of the cells they have tomatoes in. I just filled in a few gaps of some lettuce that did not come up. But luckily I do have another tray, so let me go get that one and then I can carry on. Sure, well, it's been a long morning of transplanting, and there's 132. I've transplanted 132 lettuce seedlings this morning. So yeah, garden is looking absolutely amazing. There's one more thing I need to do today, and that is with these beans. I have 3 little bean seedlings over here, and these are the only ones that came up. I did do some digging and the others just rotted away, so I think I just overwatered them. But there are 3 here, and I'd like to plant them out because they're getting quite big, and beans especially, they have a huge stem and a huge root system, and these little cells are not going to last them any longer, so I need to get them out and into the garden. Here are the bean seedlings, and you can definitely see, look at those roots over there looking absolutely amazing, but definitely ready for a transplant. So I'm going to put them in this little tire bed that I have over here. I have a little bit of open ground, and because everything in the rest of the garden is kind of precisely spaced, I don't have like a random pocket that I can just put them in, but this is going to be the random pocket. It's just an open piece in front here, so I'm going to put them in here. Yeah, well, it has been a beautiful morning and a wonderful day. Started off with some trellising, transplanting, got these beans here behind me as well. Don't forget to check out Organigrow if you'd like to get some organic fertilizer. I'd recommend using this fertilizer as a seed starter. It is a beautiful, beautiful seed starting fertilizer. It's got all the instructions here at the back. You can use it for your garden like all kinds of other vegetables, but I then recommend going for the bulk options. You can check all of that out on their website, but for a packet like this, I'd use this for seed starting. And that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and until next time, have a wonderful day and stay active in the garden.